what you're doing just to get your way going. Yeah, I see, baby.
Something wild just went down in Cleveland. One of those moments that makes you hit pause, rewind, and say, hold up, did that really just happen? This wasn't just another random practice or sideline rumor. Nah, this was a full-on football plot twist that had fans jaw-dropped, reporters scrambling, and one player standing dead center like he just hacked the entire NFL system. Whatever you thought you knew about comebacks or locker room loyalty, toss it out the window. This moment flipped it upside down. If you're feeling this story, hit that subscribe button. It helps way more than you think. Cleveland's become the place where quarterbacks don't just throw passes, they find therapy sessions instead of touchdowns. The home of the trust the process crowd that's been trusting since forever, like since dial-up internet days. And right now, that process looks like Kevin Stefanski pretending Shedeur Sanders doesn't even exist, like that one group project partner who went viral while everyone else still arguing over PowerPoint slides.
Made his second practice this week from a back stiffness and out there throwing the ball and looking pretty good. He's moving around. He's doing the things that he needs to be doing, getting ready for the New York Jets this weekend. Will Kevin Stefanski, the head coach, lists Shedeur Sanders as eligible to...
Picture the scene. Shedeur steps back onto the practice field like a movie comeback montage. Cameras flashing, teammates hyped, the air electric with energy. The man's moving smooth, laser throwing, soaking up the spotlight like it was built just for him. But then there's Stefanski, standing stiff on the sideline with that same, I'm not mad, just disappointed look that screams passive-aggressive drama. You could feel the tension buzzing, half football, half soap opera. Because let's be real, Cleveland football stopped being just about X's and O's a long time ago. It's straight-up reality TV with helmets. And this latest twist? Oh, it's got everything. Ego, denial, and a comeback that refuses to be ignored. Shedeur's out there grinning like a star reborn, lighting up the field while Stefanski acts like he's watching someone else's highlight reel. It's awkward, hilarious, and absolutely explosive. You ever catch that moment when someone waves at you across the room and you instantly pretend to check your phone for absolutely no reason? That's Stefanski at practice, pure awkward avoidance in motion. The man's out there giving, I didn't see that energy while everyone else's eyes are glued to Shedeur Sanders, lighting up the field like it's game day. Mary Kay, Cleveland's top insider with vision sharper than a drone camera,
inject some life into the team as well now that that has passed, and this is the team going forward, they can all focus.
Yeah, I understand the question, Daryl. I don't know how much guys spend time thinking about those type of things. I know it's speculative, and I know there's plenty of news outlets that cover those type of things, and that's what you have to do. But our guys don't spend much time on that. We kind of keep our focus where it is, and so that's the sense I've got.
Dropped the bomb. Shedeur looked flawless, loose, confident, and slinging bullets like he never left. No stiffness, no hesitation, no trace of injured. She painted the scene perfectly. Shedeur dancing between drills, cracking jokes, laughing like he's shooting a Gatorade commercial, while the Brown staff huddles up, pretending it's an episode of Grey's Anatomy. They keep whispering, his back's acting up. Please, the only thing acting up is the coaching staff's imagination. Physically, Shedeur's moving like he's got fiber optic speed, sharp, quick, untouchable. And if you followed him for more than a minute,
clear as day that it's some going on why he went in the fifth, and it's clear as day that it's still some going on with him.
I appreciate your passion for Shedeur because I know everybody loves him, but there is no rush to just throw him in there right now. There's no rush. Just take a deep breath.
What's the rush?
So
you rush him out there and he don't have success, and then you're trying to win games. We play to win football games. That's what we're trying to do here. We got a good run game. We got a defense. Let's try to win a game. What we doing?
You throwing him in a mess.
What's the mess? The mess is he's the mess. You got a personal vendetta against him. Get the on. No matter what, Stefanski gotta go.
You already know this man doesn't do minor. He's built for the spotlight, not sympathy. He's fought through pain, pressure, and defenses that look like full-blown stampedes. So hearing back injury pop up out of nowhere, that's about as believable as a technical difficulty right after a bad halftime show. But hey, Welcome to Cleveland, where logic checks out early and chaos runs the show. Stefanski told reporters, "There's no reason to let the Jets know what's happening." Translation: he doesn't know what's happening but wants to sound mysterious about it. Apparently, his new strategy is confusing his own fan base. And speaking of the Jets, 1 win, 7 losses, and playing like a garage sale team where everything must go. Half their defense is gone, morale's buried somewhere under the bleachers, and still Stefanski's out here guarding game plans like it's nuclear intel. Bro, relax. The only people tuning in are diehard fans and folks too lazy to find the remote. This should have been Shedeur's redemption arc, his "I'm back" statement to the world, a spark in Cleveland's endless gray fog. But instead, it's become another episode of How to Complicate Greatness, starring Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns. But instead of celebration, Cleveland got pure awkward silence, the kind you can feel. Shedeur literally breathes life back into practice, and Stefanski reacts like charisma is contagious. The man's watching his quarterback drop perfect spirals after weeks of "he's hurt" talk.
More and I don't feel the need to make this about Dylan Gabriel, but I don't think there's been a day in Dylan Gabriel's life that he was better than Shedeur Sanders at quarterback.
Never.
And I don't think there ever will be. But my take is more about Shedeur, and we actually haven't talked about this in a while on our Buff show, so I'm glad we have a chance to talk about it today, because my belief in Shedeur Sanders has not wavered one little bit. From the second I saw him coming from Jackson State to Colorado, I said, wow, this guy is an elite thrower.
And instead of excitement, he looks away like, "Oh wow, the grass looks interesting today." It's wild, like seeing your ex glow up on social media and pretending you didn't just scroll back 12 pictures. And here's the real kicker. Stefanski's been begging for a spark all season. 2 wins, 6 losses, and an offense flatter than a soda left open overnight. Fans are starving for something to believe in, something to shout about. Then Shedeur walks back in, all rhythm, confidence, and laser focus, instantly shifting the whole vibe. The man's presence alone made the rest of the offense look like they forgot what sport they were playing. But instead of letting the energy flow, Stefanski doubles down on that emotionless poker face. He's giving full corporate manager, ignoring the intern who just saved the meeting energy. You can almost hear his thoughts. Let's not get too excited. He's still quarterback 2. Quarterback 2? Bro, that's the only quarterback in Cleveland who can move the ball without giving fans heartburn. Meanwhile, the media circus kicks in. Half the headlines hyping Shedeur's comeback.
And reported that Shedeur Sanders was back at Browns practice. They showed a video footage showing Shedeur Sanders in practice along with images. And then they turn around and put negative narratives out there about him. Make it make sense. Earlier today, Kevin Stefanski also reported Shedeur Sanders would be back in practice today. Mary Kay just gave us a late update as far as what she saw with Shedeur.
The other half acting like confidence is a felony in Ohio. Suddenly, everyone's got sources and concerns. Translation: they're scared this kid's about to make a few veterans look overrated. Because let's be real, Shedeur's swagger isn't arrogance. It's proof he's ready to lead. And just when things couldn't get pettier, Jerry Jeudy pops up talking about wanting more targets while dropping passes like it's a TikTok challenge. It's chaos disguised as teamwork. And somewhere in the middle of it, Shedeur's just standing there, calm, composed, and quietly taking over the show. Now everyone's suddenly got an excuse. New play caller, adjustment period, too much pressure. Please, you know what usually fixes pressure? A quarterback who actually does something. And that's exactly what Shedeur brings. Rhythm, timing, and fire. The kind of spark Cleveland's been begging for since forever. But heaven forbid the Browns actually admit it. Stefanski's out here treating Shedeur's return like an uninvited guest who showed up at family dinner with better stories and nicer clothes. You can feel that cold shoulder from miles away. The tight smiles, the "we'll see how it goes" tone, and those random comments about Bailey Zappe maybe stepping in. Really?
Will he be added to the active roster this weekend against the New York Jets? Shedeur Sanders back at practice, and I'm telling you, he's moving, he's looking good, and it's a good possibility. With the new offensive coordinator, that Shedeur Sanders could be QB2, and he could see some playing time against the New York Jets. We know Dylan Gabriel is the starting quarterback. He done started the last 4 games, and each game he have looked bad. He looked worse, but that's under the old offensive coordinator, which was his head.
That's your plan? Because what Cleveland needs right now is definitely more confusion. And don't even start with that tired injury narrative. Back issue, they keep saying, like it's some mystical explanation for everything wrong with the offense. Meanwhile, Shedeur's on the field throwing rockets, spinning, laughing, and moving like his controller's on turbo mode. But apparently, his back's so fragile he might self-destruct if someone gives him a high five? Come on. It's giving pure, we don't want to admit he's fine because it ruins our storyline energy. The whole vibe feels like a chaotic group chat where nobody wants to tell the truth. Stefanski's acting like he's in a spy movie, guarding team secrets that everyone already figured out, while the insiders drop updates that sound like cryptic fortune cookies. Shedeur's progressing well, but TBD. Bro, what does that even mean? And through it all, Shedeur's just vibing, calm, cool, and clearly over it. You can't help but laugh at the irony. Cleveland finally has a quarterback who looks alive, who brings life back to that field, and instead of celebrating, the team looks uncomfortable. The same people begging for offense all season suddenly look allergic to good energy. It's almost poetic. The Browns treating success like it's contagious. But even through the chaos, you can feel it. Something's shifting in that locker room. Fans are starting to feel it. That spark, that swagger, that quiet but dangerous confidence. The same energy that made college football must-watch TV is creeping into an NFL locker room that's been running on empty fumes for way too long. Shedeur's presence alone turns basic warm-ups into highlight reels, and you can see it. That glow, that shift, that fear in the room. Because let's be honest, Stefanski's system has all the excitement of unsalted crackers. So when someone like Shedeur steps in and suddenly makes football look fun again, it shakes the whole foundation. It's like watching a jazz prodigy walk into a marching band rehearsal.
Oh, it's not going to translate from Jackson State to Colorado. And I used to say, he puts the ball wherever he wants to. Like, that translates no matter what field you're playing on. He has top-tier ball placement. I believed it. It was right at Colorado, and I fully believe that it's going to be right when he gets his opportunity to play in the NFL. Like, he has a special trait when it comes to accuracy and placing the football. So it's really odd to me the way that he's been treated from the draft all the way till now.
Crazy.
And even
The rhythm changes instantly, and everyone starts realizing how outdated the old tune sounds. So what does Stefanski do? Pretends it's business as usual? Yeah, right. Deep down, he knows the script's slipping out of his hands. Shedeur's rhythm doesn't fit his rigid, control-heavy offense. The kid plays with instinct, freedom, and fearless energy. He's fast, creative, and unpredictable. Everything Cleveland's system isn't. Stefanski's playbook runs on spreadsheets, not sparks. And every time Shedeur steps on that field, the contrast is impossible to ignore. By game day, the tension's thick enough to cut with a cleat. The big question hangs in the air. Will Shedeur finally get his shot, or will Stefanski keep him benched just to prove a point? The drama's writing itself in real time. Jets fans are tuning in hoping the kid plays just to make their Sunday worth watching. Browns fans are glued to Twitter, refreshing nonstop like their lives depend on that update. Then, it happens. Shedeur steps onto the field for warm-ups. Instantly, the stadium changes. The noise, the energy, the cameras, everything flips. He throws a few effortless passes, smooth, sharp, confident, and suddenly everyone remembers what believing looks like. The fans are buzzing, the sidelines stirring, and even the commentators sound alive again. Meanwhile, Stefanski's standing there clutching that play sheet like it's the Dead Sea Scrolls, pretending to analyze while everyone else is watching the moment. You almost feel bad for him. Almost. Because this stopped being about football a long time ago.
What's really going on with Shedeur Sanders? The Browns keep saying he's progressing, but fans are starting to think something bigger is happening.
Thing for Shedeur Sanders. And the offense isn't any better. And I got news for you. It ain't getting any better with Tommy Rees calling plays either. If you think that this whole play caller, that's all a mirage. That's all a, what do they call it, fugazi or whatever? Like, that's all that is.
Fugazi's a term, yes.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's, dangle the shiny object, look here, while the
You think that's a
disaster's going on.
decoy? That's a distraction technique?
100%.
They're basically playing 3-card money with us in that regard?
It's not going to get...
It's about control, ego, and a coach trying to cage lightning. Stefanski built a system where every move fits his rhythm. But then Shedeur walked in and turned order into beautiful, unstoppable chaos. But it's the good kind of chaos, the kind that wins games and rewrites stories. Yet instead of riding the wave, Stefanski's out here clinging to his old rhythm like it's a life preserver in a storm. Classic NFL coach move, terrified of the player who might just make him look replaceable, because let's be real, if Shedeur actually gets the chance to play and plays well, that spotlight flips in an instant. Suddenly, it's not about Stefanski's system anymore. It's about Shedeur's swagger. And no coach wants that headline, especially not in Cleveland, a city where the head coach seat spins faster than a revolving door at a hotel. One bad month and you're a memory. But here's the truth. Shedeur doesn't need Stefanski's stamp of approval. The man's entire career is a masterclass in proving people wrong. Every rep, every throw, every time he steps on that field, he reminds the world that hype doesn't build stars, work does. And when he walks into practice, moving with rhythm, fire, and pure control, it's not arrogance, it's leadership in motion. You can't teach that. That kind of confidence infects the whole locker room.
Wouldn't you, just to see if it does anything to the offense, give him an opportunity to go in there and play?
Yeah, obviously my focus is where we are right now, Mary Kay. That's not my focus.
If he had said to you guys, hey, I want to play, I can play, I mean, would that have factored into this at all? Or what was the thinking behind that and how'd that go?
Yeah, he obviously came in Saturday with his back injury. We were hopeful that he'd be able to move around well enough to suit up on Sunday, but put him through a pregame warm-up, and obviously just didn't feel like he was ready.
It's electric, and that's exactly why some folks in Cleveland are uncomfortable. Because deep down, they know what they're witnessing isn't another rebuild. It's real change. Not another speech about trusting the process. Not another excuse-filled season. It's real energy, real potential. The kind that doesn't wait for permission, it just takes over. So Stefanski can keep pretending all he wants. He can act like Shedeur's comeback wasn't epic, like the spark wasn't contagious, like the fans weren't holding their breath every time the kid threw a pass. But deep down, everyone knows what they saw. They saw the future, and no amount of sideline poker faces can hide it now. As this season rolls on, the tension's only gonna grow louder, the spotlight brighter, and the truth harder to ignore. Every throw, every snap, every single camera cut to Stefanski's face tells its own story now. Because whether he says it out loud or keeps pretending it's business as usual, Shedeur's already changed the entire rhythm of this team. The Browns might not fully get it yet, but they're playing to his beat now. His tempo, his energy, his flow. Yeah, the comeback was epic. The stuff of highlight reels. But that cold shoulder from Stefanski? Even more dramatic. Only in Cleveland could a quarterback's redemption arc turn into a full-blown soap opera. Because this isn't just football anymore. This is straight-up theater. And Shedeur Sanders, he's not just part of the cast, he's the main character. Meanwhile, somewhere on that sideline, Stefanski's still doing his best, if I don't look at it, it's not happening act, hoping the crowd, the media, the world somehow misses it. But spoiler alert, we already noticed, everyone did. How could you not? The moment Shedeur steps onto that field, everything changes. The stadium wakes up, players move sharper, the crowd buzzes louder, and even the turf feels alive again. And yet, there's Stefanski.
Cleveland to work for Kevin. That's really the reason I took this job 2 years ago. Think the world of him, still think the world of him. Really, fortunate for the support he's given me over the last week, the support he's had for me over the last couple of years. I wanted to come to Cleveland to work for Kevin. I think the timing of it, you have a bye week, you have some time to step away and look at things through a different perspective and want to create a spark for the offense. And, again, how I feel is whatever they want me to do, whatever's asking me to help us win games, that's what I want to do.
Arms crossed, poker-faced, pretending this was all part of some grand plan, as if his secret playbook included accidentally resurrect the offense. It's almost comical. You've got a coach who preaches discipline like a monk, trying to contain a quarterback who plays like a mixtape. Shedeur's game is smooth, electric, improvised, pure rhythm and motion. Watching him is like watching jazz happen in real time. Unpredictable, effortless, and impossible to copy. Meanwhile, Stefanski's gripping that laminated play sheet like it's a sacred relic that might protect him from change. The contrast couldn't be sharper. One man clinging to order, the other redefining chaos, but that's what makes it beautiful. Because Shedeur represents everything the Browns have been missing: confidence without apology, rhythm without hesitation, and style without an ounce of self-doubt. The moment Shedeur steps onto that field, everything shifts. Even the camera crew starts catching better angles, like his presence rewired the whole production. And the craziest part? He doesn't even have to say a word. Just being there turns a regular scrimmage into a highlight reel. The confidence, the command, the spark, it's all there. And everyone can feel it pulsing through the stands. The fans feel it the deepest. They've lived through years of mediocrity disguised as rebuilding, forced to celebrate almost wins and meaningless stats.
Over my dead body, will Shedeur get a shot? This is all-time shameful on the part of Kevin Stefanski. He won't even speak Shedeur's name in these interview sessions. There's just a principle involved here. Stefanski's showing you once and for all, I didn't want to draft him. I don't like his attitude. And above all, he fears his father. He fears that if Shedeur ever gets a hold of the starting quarterback job in Cleveland, before you know it, Dion will replace Kevin Stefanski as the next head coach of the Cleveland Browns. If Shedeur's ever going to get a shot here, it's only because Jimmy Haslam steps in.
But not this time. When they see Shedeur sling that ball like every throw is personal, they know they're witnessing something different. Something real. This isn't just another young player trying to blend in. This is someone rewriting the very energy of the franchise. And right there, stuck in the middle, is Kevin Stefanski, the man caught between control and chaos. You can almost hear his internal panic. If I ignore him long enough, maybe the spotlight will fade. But it won't. Not this time. Because football's cruel like that. Talent doesn't wait for permission. It forces its way onto the field, even when coaches try to bury it under protocols and evaluations. Sooner or later, Cleveland's going to have to make a decision. Keep clinging to the safe, steady plan that's gotten them nowhere, or finally embrace the chaos that might actually win, because Shedeur Sanders isn't waiting around for approval. He's not following someone else's script, he's writing his own. And no amount of empty coaching cliches can erase that. Maybe that's the real issue in Cleveland, a city that's mastered the art of almost winning. Shedeur doesn't fit that mold. He's not built for patience or politics. He's built for comebacks, for chaos, for rewriting scripts in real time. Stefanski can keep pretending not to see him, but the rest of the world already does, and they're not just watching, they're waiting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you're feeling this one, and we'll see you on the next one.